Here we want to solve this equation. It's 2 over 3x minus, in parentheses, x minus 1/2 equals 1 over 6 times, in parentheses, x minus 51. Right, so we know that we want to use the steps that we've learned in order to solve this equation, but we do see fractions, right? So and probably the first thing we want to do is sort of cancel out or get rid of these fractions. Now we also see here, right, in this parentheses, there's actually no number in front. There's a negative though, right? So let's actually go ahead and distribute that through. It's not really going to change things that much, okay? So we get a 2/3 x minus x plus 1/2 is equal to 1 over 6 times x minus 51, okay? So the whole point of doing that was just to identify what our terms are, right? But we also see this 1/6 times, in parentheses, x minus 51, okay? So these terms actually go together, right? So we have this term here, we have the 1/2, we have the x here, we have the 2/3 x here, okay? So what we want to do is we want to multiply each term by the LCM, okay? So what are the denominators that we have here? Okay, LCM or LCD, right? Same difference here. So we have a 3 in the denominator, right? This is just a 1, so we don't really need to be worried about that one. We also see a 2 down here. We also see a 6 down here, right? So out of these three, we want to find what the LCM is, okay? So we can sort of see right away that the LCM is going to be 6, okay? So then what we want to do is we want to multiply each term here by 6. Now you also have to remember to multiply this x here by 6 as well, okay? So we're going to go ahead and multiply everything by 6. Notice what happens here. Okay, 6 times 2 is 12. On the denominator, we have a 3, right? So 12 divided by 3 is just 4x. And here, this was pretty straightforward, right? X times 6 is just minus 6x. Here, we have a 6 times 1 on the numerator. We have a 2 on the denominator, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. And notice on this side, right, when we multiply the 1/6 by 6, we actually just get 6 over 6, which is 1, right? So this actually just cancels out. But what are we left with though, right? We're just left with whatever's remaining here, right? You do not want to multiply these items by 6 as well, okay? So because we multiplied by 6, however, this canceled out, so all that's remaining is this x minus 51. Okay, so by multiplying each term by the LCD, we have successfully canceled out all the denominators. And now we should be able to solve an equation like this. Okay, so let's first combine any terms that we can on the left side. So 4x minus 6x is negative 2x. And then we have this x minus 51 on the right side. Okay, so now we want to combine, or we want to combine the x's, right? But you notice that here the x's are on opposite sides of the equal sign. Okay, so we want to use the properties of equality and start moving terms around. Okay, so I'm going to add this 2x to both sides here. So we get 3 is equal to 3x minus 51. Okay, next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to add 51 to both sides. That way the x term is by itself. So I get 54 is equal to 3x. Okay, so the last thing to do here then would be to use the multiplication property of equality. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Okay, so you notice that the x's do cancel out here. I'm sorry, the 3's cancel out, we just get x, right? That's what we want. So what do we end up with? X is equal to 54 divided by 3, and that's going to equal 18. Okay, so that's going to be our final answer here.